Here's my audience.
Alright, I'm Lindsay Zavara, and this is my speech on what's involved in raising backyard chickens. So, a lot of people don't know where their food comes from. We grow a lot of our own vegetables and stuff. We don't do our own meat because that's not how our families run. But we do our own eggs in our home, and we have 30 chickens that produce all of our eggs, and then we sell them either to the teachers or any of the other people that are interested. Some of the questions that I get from people are, what would it cost to start a flock? What kind of setup do I need? What's the medical involved? And what are the best breeds for you to have in order to get either the highest egg production or either the prettiest flock? Kind of depends on where you're going with things. So your background, these are some of my girls here. Your setup needs to be like an indoor coop that also has like an outdoor section. It's kind of hard to see, but we have a lower area down here. We keep them in here at night in the main area. This farther out area is where they lay their eggs during the day as well. And then they stay in this bottom area, and they can run around in our yard if they need to, just for foraging and extra nutrients from like grass and bugs and stuff. So in the coop, we have roosting bars, which is where they sleep at night. We also keep their free feeding, and they also have water available at all times. We also keep calcium for them because when they lay eggs, they deplete a lot of their calcium. So you've got to keep like oyster shell, or you can use their own eggshells, baked and then crushed up for them to use as calcium. In the egg laying area, we have kind of set the roof lifts up, and they have kind of sectioned off areas because they like a little privacy when they're laying their eggs. And a nesting box is necessary, at least 1 to every 2 to 3 birds. Some people push it a little bit more. It just kind of depends. And then this is my Serama pen, smaller. That's not a Serama though, she just wanted to be in the picture. And you can see again, our roosting bars is on the second area. We keep heat for them in this winter. They don't really need a lot of heat in the winter because they can tolerate cold better. They don't tolerate the heat as well. So in the summer they need to have like an AC and a back cooler or a fan or mister of some sort. So now we're going to go on to our medical stuff. What you need to realize about a chicken is that everything goes in one area and everything comes out one area. A lot of people don't realize that any bowel movements or anything like that go out of the same tube the eggs go out of. I can see your face, Molly. and it's a shocker for a lot of people to realize that. So a lot of the reproductive health you have to watch with that in that area. And this is their crop where they put all their food. So once they eat, it goes in here, it gets kind of mushed up, and then that's when they are able to digest the food. So some of the important medications that I keep around my house for your basic care, this is my veteran. We use this for any open injuries or wounds, or if they get bumblefoot, which is where they get a small infection inside of their foot. I also keep this antiseptic spray because then I can clean it out really well with it. A lot of chickens have issues with respiratory issues, especially if you don't use sand properly, or if you fill your coop with too much sawdust and stuff that has like a dust in the air. So when they have I prefer Denogard when they have their upper respiratory issues, because you can put it straight in the water and it has an excellent job of helping them to get rid of any of their upper respiratory issues. Plus it goes throughout the flock rather than having to medicate individually. And I also use, if I need to medicate individually, this Tylen 200, and it's something that I do down. You can either inject it into the muscle if you need to, which would be right in this front area, the breast area, or you're going to use syringes like I carry at all times, and you just open the beak up and you put it down their throat. You have to watch because you don't want it to burn, but it's pretty safe and easy to use. If you have chicks or other chickens that aren't feeling well, I always tell people you need to keep electrolytes around, because that is something that can help boost your chickens if they get sick at any time. They can use these electrolytes in their water to kind of boost their immune system, boost all of their systems and all. You can also use Nutri-Drench, which is another one that a lot of people like. It's a liquidy one and it stinks terribly, but it works works really well. There are other people out there that use organic stuff, and I don't judge one way or the other, but a lot of people don't care for the medicine stuff. All of this up here, I do an egg withdrawal when I give mine Tylen. I do not with Denogard. It does not have an egg withdrawal period, which means eggs that they produce while on the medication, you discard or throw away. So you can do, a lot of people are big into oil of oregano, which is very expensive, but you can do just a couple of drops in their water, and it's supposed to help with the antibiotic and be a natural thing. Other things that I keep around are vet wrap, or in the human world it's Coban. They're exactly the same. It's just a stretchy material that if they get a cut, I can wrap it up and keep it contained so there's not blood everywhere, because chickens really like blood. So if another chicken is bleeding, they will pick at the wound, and if it is an upper area wound, it can lead to death if they keep going at it. And things that I keep also, I do a lot more with my chickens than most people are comfortable with, because I was previously a vet tech. So I keep all of my surgical stuff with me. I have a scalpel. Tweezers are a big one, because you're gonna put in, you have to pull out any of, like, the bumblefoot is an infection that you'll have to pull kind of a kernel out. I keep, my flashlight's really important too. A book that I recommend to people is Chicken Health for Dummies. I don't personally use it a lot anymore, but when I first started with chickens, it was very helpful, because it's really easy to understand and easy to read and figure out what they're saying. Another person that I highly recommend to all people is the Chicken Chick Lady. She has amazing articles that are well written, and what I like about her is she talks with veterinarians, so her stuff isn't like wives' tales. She actually has medicine and medical knowledge behind it in order to help you figure out different things. She's really helpful, and I always recommend that people go to her site. One of the things with the FDA and our eggs that I always talk to people about is your eggs can go into a carton at any point in time. They could be sitting out for months after having been laid from a hen, and it is not a requirement for them to put an expiration date on them until they actually go in the carton. And this is also their new egg safety rule, where they are cooking, in a sense, eggs to kill the bacteria on them. An egg has a natural bloom, it's called, around it that keeps the bacteria out, so it's not necessary to cook them. And then when we freeze or refrigerate them like it requires, we're sucking a lot of that bacteria back into the egg. So you're not really having a very safe egg when you get one from the United States. And a lot of countries don't refrigerate their eggs at all. Europe is one, Europe in the area, we are a small portion that refrigerates our eggs. These are my sites that I always recommend to people on Facebook. These are the Backyard Chickens, the Livestock and Poultry Network, and the Poultry Organization. These are wonderful people that have either are new in chickens or have been around for a long time, and you can always put information in or questions, and they will always be there to help you. And you can find chicks for sale, and it's just, they're really good resources to have if you're ever thinking of getting chickens. And then, now we'll talk about breeds. This is my favorite breed when it comes to egg layers. This is a production red, which is a cross between with a Rhode Island red, which technically those Rhode Island reds are sometimes a little angry, and the production red is a little bit of a friendlier chicken. They're really good because they lay 350 or so eggs a year, so they are very prolific layers. Another one, this is our Black Star over here, which has the copper just in the chest, not anywhere else. Not to be confused with a copper Moran, who has the copper all around the neck. These Black Stars are one of the top producers, and that's what's used by the companies that make the brown eggs, because these are all brown egg layers. So any of the cartons there are typically from Black Stars or Red Stars, which is another one. What's popular about these is when they're hatched, you can tell male from female based off the color that they come out as. Males in Red Stars are always white, so a red one is always a female, no matter what. Some of the white layer. This is a white leghorn, and it is pretty much basically the only white egg laying chicken that the commercial places use. They are your most prolific layer out of all the breeds. They're gonna lay 360, so plus eggs, they just, not, no more than 365 in a year, because they only lay 1 egg a day. But they're most prolific layer and the most preferred by the commercial companies. There are your exotic breeds that are very pretty. We have the blue lace red Wyandotte, a silky, golden lace Polish, which people always tend to buy down the road. These guys don't lay as well, especially the silky. It's gonna lay a considerably smaller egg than the regular chickens, but a lot of people like to get more exciting chickens as they go down the road. And then this was the FDA information that I had. So that was pretty much like my basic overview, and then there are much more information out there, but that's at least a little starter pack to get you started when you get your own flock.